Good afternoon, YouTubers. It's Stacy with Sandtrans LLC, where our motto is we are driving for financial freedom. And I want to talk about our Hotshot business that we started in January. And right now we're roughly around 35 days active. And just want to give you guys an update where we're at. We've been running the truck. We've ran to North Carolina, where we took 18,000 pounds of steel, and I shot a video on that, told you guys about that run, how I picked up that run. Got a call from a freight broker who was new in the business, and we were new in the business, and just kind of talked to the guy over the phone. Felt good about it. I do have a factoring company, and the factoring company wouldn't touch him. They didn't want to run the load with him, but I've been in business over 20 years doing real estate, and also I have an AV business. And so the vibe was pretty good with the guy. I checked him out myself, and we gave it a shot, and it panned out. And basically now that guy and our so-called partners, because he has the freight, I have the truck. And we built a relationship, and anytime he has freight, he gives us a call. So sometimes in life, you got to take a chance, even when your superiors won't. But sometimes you got to trust the old gut. But that load panned out. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a good back haul, so didn't make a whole lot on that haul. We then picked up a haul headed to Kentucky, and I got this from a freight broker that we signed up with. And when you first start out, you're going to find out a lot of people, they won't run with you because you're so new. Your MC is so new. And they're a little nervous about you. You only have one truck, so they're concerned if something happens to the freight, who's going to come and get it. But we got that load, ran it up to Kentucky. It was around 8,000 pounds of aluminum. Our driver took it up there, did a great job, tarped it down. And, speaking of the driver, he's taught me a lot about the trucking business, about the login, the logbook, the ELD, because you got to keep track of your hours out there, guys. You don't want to get stopped and your logbook is out of whack, because you'll get a ticket from the DOT. But that load went well. I actually picked up a company that gave us a load. Okay, yeah, guys, sorry about that. So got a load out of Indiana. So we deadhead from Kentucky to Indiana, picked up another load coming back to Atlanta. And the driver was out roughly about 3 days total. And it was a profitable load. And I was very inspired about how things went. The profit margin was great. The truck ran great. However, when he got back in, I did have to have the brake service. And if you guys don't know, the brake repairs on those trailers are expensive. I'm new, so maybe they're not expensive, but it cost me $1,700, which is expensive to me. But I learned a lot, because now I know how to change the brakes, what's all involved. You can order the entire kit yourself. I got dual axles, so a kit will run you around $900. That includes, I have electric brakes, so you will basically just pull the entire assembly off and put the new assembly on, put new gaskets on it. You put your new oil covers on, and you're all set. So the parts on that was around $1,100. The guy charged me $600 labor. So, but it's back, it's working, and we're ready to go. Another snafu is my driver's MVR came back, and I wasn't aware that he was in an accident. And so that shot my insurance through the roof. And we're working on getting around that, getting everything squared up. But make a long story short, I could not keep the driver on because he basically being on our driver's record, being on our insurance was going to send the insurance through the roof. So right now we are on pause because my setup is a commercial setup, commercial vehicle. So it's the GVWR is over 26,000 pounds. So therefore, I have to have a CDL driver. Myself, I only have a permit. So without having a CDL driver in the vehicle with me, I cannot drive it. So right now we're in the process of getting another driver. I'm also in the process of getting my CDL because I've heard horror stories where, a driver will leave your vehicle if he's not happy. And I don't want that to happen to me where my vehicle's, across the country and something happens where the driver decides to leave and I can't get my vehicle myself. I want to be in a position where if I have to, I'll jump on a plane, I'll fly out, go get my vehicle and drive it back myself. So I've done some research because I do have a commercial vehicle and my GVR is over 26,001 pound. I could actually take the driver's CDL in my dually. I called the DMV and I got the test set up for about 2 weeks. I'm going to study all the pre-trip inspections of as if I was doing a semi, even though I don't have a semi, but pre-trip is pre-trip. So I'm gonna cover everything with that. I will have to do the offset backing. I'd have to do the alley dock, the parallel parking, and the straight backing. So I'm going to be practicing that this week in order to get my CDL. My partner down in Savannah, he's going to be doing the same thing. So he's going to take the test. Now, one thing I can say that the CDL will be a restricted CDL. So it's only restricted to it's non-semi and it is non-air brake. So I'll basically be restricted to the dually, which is fine with me because I just want to get to point from A to B the fastest. And this seems like the quickest way, the least expensive way. I have the CDL. If I don't have a driver, I can jump in it. I can run local here around Atlanta myself, doing days that I'm slow, just to cover the insurance until I get a CDL driver in there and we're back up and running. But what I can say about the business so far is the business has a lot of potential. I think we'll do very well once everything gets up and running. Again, I'm on this side of the business, building the relationships. I do want to talk about factoring a little bit. And when I first got into business, everyone said that I needed a factoring company. And I think that all depends on your financial situation, because you can look at it two ways. One way, you can get your money quick, but you're going to pay a fee anywhere from 5% to 7% on your money. And also, a lot of the shippers, they have what they call quick pay and ACH. So, and they may be a little bit less than the factoring company. So before you run out and get a factoring company, do your research. And if you have the capital, to sustain not using a factoring company, I would suggest doing that because, in business, you want to make a nice return. The rate of return, your ROI is my big thing. So if your rate of return is 30% or really 28% or better, you're doing great. So by having a factoring company, it affects your ROI. And if you can avoid that, definitely do it. But my personal take after 30 days, it's got potential. Like I said, our goal is, we're driving for financial freedom. So we're driving for the cash flow. We're going to build a business. The business is going to cash flow. And, then we'll probably in turn invest it in other businesses such as real estate, different different things of that nature. So stay tuned. I just want to give you guys an update where we are. And like I was saying, as for so far, everything's running great. And my recommendations, if you are planning on being a hotshot driver, my first thing I would do first is get my CDL. At least get your permit from the beginning, possibly get with someone, do some training. You know, the permit is only $40-50, not expensive at all. You have that. That's my first recommendation, and then do your research from there. But all in all, if you're on the fence about, you know, doing hotshot, you know, you could definitely subscribe, like, comment. I'll answer your questions down at the bottom. Like I said, this month of February, we're shooting for 100 followers, and we're really close. So you guys continue to like and subscribe. And once I do my CDL, I'll have a video on that. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. Also, once we get the new driver on board, and just follow our story, you know, see where it goes. If I can help you, let me know. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
Do a lot of training for many corporations, and I conduct sales seminars, and I've heard all kind of guys doing techniques and training people techniques of how to close sales and how to work with and begin to control the sale and how to ask for the close. Let me share something with you. You can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe in yourself with and begin to control the sale and how to ask for the close, let me share something with you. You can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe close, let me share something. Techniques in the world. If you don't believe in the world, if you don't believe in the world, if you don't believe in the world, if you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you. I learned all of it. So that's why I do a training called Focus on the Seller. You've got to focus on you. It won't happen for you. I learned all of it. So that's why I do a training called Focus on the Seller. You've got to focus on you. And as you convince you, as you sell yourself every day, you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective. Telling yourself every day, here I go again. And I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me.
It's necessary that you be flexible, that you are always thinking of how can I improve this better. This is a customer-driven economy. It's necessary for you to always explore various ways in which you can improve the quality of service that you're providing for the people in your organization. I remember a major company had talked about the extra value service they were providing for their customers. And the lady who had the news conference summarized it this way. She said, it's not our intention to satisfy our customers or to please our customers. Our intention is to amaze them. It's necessary, if you're going to compete today, that you look for ways to amaze your customers by being one of those individuals that keep your commitments, that keep your word, that's relentless. It's necessary as you work with the people that you bring into your organization, that they see that you are a good example of a person to work with because you model integrity and determination and ambition and truth and honesty and the way in which you conduct business.
The other thing is, take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. Someone said we have two primary choices in life. We can either accept conditions as they exist, or we can take the responsibility to change them. See, a lot of people want to exempt themselves from taking responsibility. All they want to do is talk about the problem. Every time you see them, they'll tell you their story over and over and over and over again. No. You want to take responsibility for your life. I got me here, I can get me out of this. And I'm getting out. I'm not going to be a volunteer victim. George Bernard Shaw said there are two kinds of people in life. You know, he said those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that don't know what happened. And he said the people that get along in this life look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. They create them. And he said the people that get along in this life look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. For the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. For the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. They create them. So part of beginning to get unstuck, you've got to decide that the behavior pattern that you have adopted doesn't work for you. You've got to change your strategies, and changing your strategy means reinventing your life. Recreating you, and you have the power to do that. You can decide that you're going to change, that you're not going to be a wimp. You can decide that you're going to stand up to life. Inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. Inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. Stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. Go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. They just are not going to go right. Why? I don't know why. That's called life. And you have to deal with it. Sometimes your life will be in a slump, just like sports. Some of the best shooters can't hit baskets different times in games. Right? I couldn't stand her.
Polluting negative thoughts that's causing most people to go through life being stuck because they're volunteer victims. Somebody said that many people die at age 25 and don't get buried until they're 65 because they got so much garbage in their minds. You are here because you got a clear vision of what you want and where you're going. Give yourselves a You want more. You want more. You know it's lonely at the top. Raise your hands. It's lonely at the top, but you know it's lonely at the top. Raise your hands. It's lonely at the top, but you know it's lonely at the top. Raise your hands. It's lonely at the top, but my dream. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yes, 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 yes.
It's hard changing your life. It was hard.
My dream. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yes, 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 yes.
Years ago, in the Penobscot building in Detroit, Michigan, where I was facing financial difficulties in my own life. I was behind on my bills and my dreams, and I'm saying to them, you can live your dream. Saying to them, you can live. Saying to them, you can live your dream. Saying to them, you can live your dream. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen.